Hello everyone, so today we're going to be taking a look at a mod for Rome Remastered, Barbarian Invasion. And this is the 410 AD start date mod, so this is the buy late mod, if I'm not mistaken about the name. Yeah, so basically that's pretty much what it does. It changes the start date for Barbarian Invasion to 410, so it gives it a later start date. This is actually pretty similar to the start date in Ruina Romae, which, as I've said before, is my favorite Barbarian Invasion era campaign mod for the original Rome Total War. Has not been ported as of yet. Now, this mod actually has a bunch of rebel factions as well. So, of course, standard Barbarian Invasion has rebel factions too, but these rebels are playable, and that's pretty nice. And then the Lombardi are also no, yeah. In any case, yeah. So let's get into the campaign, and I will show off the campaign map and some of the cool changes that this mod makes. All right, so here we are in the campaign here, and oh, it's been a while since I've taken a look at the vanilla Rome Remastered campaign map. The textures, yeah, are quite different compared to the textures I've been using and other mods have been using, which are the textures that come with the IWTE tool and other unique textures as well. So as you can see, I'm playing as the Western Roman rebels, and these Western Roman rebels are they actually pretty much correspond to the Gallic Empire, the Gallo-Roman Empire. So if you've played Ruina Romae, Invasio Barbarorum Ruina Romae for the original Rome Total War Barbarian Invasion, the Gallo-Roman Empire is a separate faction, and it's very much differentiated from the the standard Western Roman Empire. But here they're just called Western Roman Rebels. And, you know, the reason for that is because this mod is very much a mod in the vanilla style. Let me quickly show off a couple things here. So as you can see, this mod adds a whole bunch of provinces. I believe over quite a few. I don't want to give a direct number, but this mod is also quite historical, right? So the original Barbarian Invasion, it's pretty good in terms of, you know, historical accuracy from Creative Assembly, especially at the time, because of course, standard vanilla Rome Total War had many problems with anachronisms, right? Like Bronze Age Egypt. And Barbarian Invasion kind of avoided those more egregious errors, right? But still, there were a lot of problems, and this mod actually rectifies quite a few of those. So as you can see in Britain, well, the thing about this campaign is that with the 410 start date, you have fewer hordes, right? There are still some, like you see the Burgundians, and there are still some emergent sort of mechanics, but you don't have that at the start date here, right? So a lot of those factions that kind of emerge later in standard Barbarian Invasion are actually on the map from the start, right? So like the Lombards, the Ostrogoths, they are all already on the map. Okay, so other than that, as you can see, it's a pretty cool starting situation here because there are more provinces, and that just makes it a little more dynamic, I think, than the original Barbarian Invasion. I think Barbarian Invasion took away actually some provinces that had been in Vanilla Rome Total War, and I think it has less. And that's something that I was never a huge fan of. Like, I remember Spain had very few provinces, but now I think it's filled out a little more. I think a little more work could be done in terms of the spread of provinces, making it a little more balanced. But I think the mod maker has done a pretty good job. And as you can see, the start position for the Western Roman Empire, the Gallo-Roman Empire, it's pretty similar to Ruina Romae, which again is a mod I highly recommend, and I wish it would get ported. But let's see about that. Other than that, we also have Eastern Roman rebels. So some rebels against the Eastern Roman Empire. And then there's another rebel force here somewhere. It might actually be an emergent faction there. But in any case, you get the gist of it. Another thing is that the Sassanid Empire in this mod is a lot more historically accurate and is a lot more interesting, right? So there are still a few issues, like for example, you have Van, and then the provinces Great Armenia, and then Artaxata and the provinces Armenia. Both of those don't make any sense. Of course, also Artaxata did not exist in this time period. I'm sorry I have to keep talking about that, but it just did not. It doesn't exist for the Rome Total War start date. It doesn't exist for this start date either. It had been destroyed at this point and abandoned in favor of another capital. But other than that, regions like Armenia are controlled by the Sassanids directly in the standard barbarian invasion campaign, and that is, of course, not quite accurate. And, actually, it would have made more sense to have them control it in 410 as a sort of vassal. But, at least the mod maker has taken some consideration there. And, of course, Van is Christian province there. Other than that, things look pretty cool. You've got the Huns all over the place, of course. And other than that, it's just a pretty fun start date indeed. And, with this sort of vanilla style, this is a very vanilla style mod, like I've mentioned, as you can see. So it's not, going to be devoted 100% to making sure the Gallo-Roman Empire has, 20 unique units. So they just have the standard sort of barbarian invasion unit roster there. But I don't have a problem with it, especially in vanilla Barbarian Invasion Rome Remastered, because Rome Remastered redid a lot of the units, right, from vanilla. And I thought the vanilla units from regular Rome Total War were okay in Rome Remastered, but the redone Barbarian Invasion units look much nicer than the old vanilla Barbarian Invasion units. I thought those units looked not so great in old original Rome Total War Barbarian Invasion, but they look really good in Barbarian Invasion Remastered. So that's something I'm totally fine with. I'm a little more okay with using the vanilla assets for Barbarian Invasion and Remastered here because of that. And the other thing is, also the Alexander units look amazing too. So it's just the regular Rome Total War Remastered units. They look fine, but I think the Barbarian Invasion ones look really great. And this mod takes good advantage of that. Other than that, like I said, some factions that are emergent in vanilla Barbarian Invasion Rome Remastered are actually present on the map from the start here, like the Romano-British and the Ostrogoths. And pretty much everything else is quite understandable and apparent. So, of course, factions like the Western Roman rebels start out at war with the Western Roman Empire, of course, simulating the war between the Gallo-Roman Empire and the Western Roman Empire under Honorius. So, this is a pretty cool mod. It's a cool start date. It utilizes these vanilla assets, which I think is totally fine, especially for the remastered Barbarian Invasion assets. I really like the look of them. You're in for quite a treat in terms of, the wars that are going to be starting immediately. And I think it's a pretty dynamic campaign, just like the vanilla Barbarian Invasion campaign. This one, a little bit more historical in terms of the start positions and more provinces, so a little bit a little more dynamic, I would say. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say about this mod. If you'd like to see me stream this mod or do a playthrough, please let me know. If you enjoy videos about the historical Total Wars and their mods, consider subscribing to the channel, consider liking this video, and I will see you in the next one later.